Let y'all get up in here real quick. So we got this quick discussion. All right. The number. Let's have this conversation. I was on TikTok and YouTube and I see videos of women crying their hearts out because black women at that crying their hearts out about Kamala not winning. And it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, are you crying because a woman did win? Because I didn't see that many tears coming from when Hillary ran against Trump and she lost. Which in turn, Hillary was more qualified than Kamala. Kamala drove around with that BMW, right? That Mercedes, whatever. With her old sugar daddy. And it seems like America just spoken about, they want to do something about the whole culture. Get back to some values. But the ironic thing is to see these women crying and saying they taking away our rights. And I want to just ask all the ladies, how long you been black? Like, this is nothing new. Gentrification, eugenics, this is nothing new. What it is we've been complacent. We forgot all about the struggle and the movement. And hopefully, this will bring you rogue-ass women back to some understanding, some leadership of getting you a man. Because shit gonna get rough. It's gonna get rough. It's gonna get rough. Kamala Harris' whole campaign was about women's rights. And I guess they thought that the women could come together and have strength in numbers. And one thing I want to say to my sisters, right? I don't really want to hear shit about you speaking on black men because I think 73% of black men assisted the black community, the sisterhood, with a vote. Some of us just said it out because we felt offended when Obama came out and made that statement of, this is so critical. Like Obama, you said it yourself. You couldn't do shit for black people while you was in office. So why am I gonna do something for somebody that's not gonna do nothing for me? It's the better of both evils that, was chosen last night. Kamala come out with Meg Thee Stallion, we twerking, buffoonery, right? And at first, I would say, you know what? Trump probably was a pussy. Right? He probably was a pussy. But after getting shot at twice, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess he know what it feels like to be a G. All these women crying, especially my sisters, and you up there crying, they take away my rights. Let's keep it a buck. A lot of y'all need to really turn down them deletions, them baby deletions, right? You need to be more responsible. When you pull up the statistics of baby deletions and who, right? This is the result. This is the result of those women rogue out there, be slutty, right? They want to have the rights to just do all that. And it's a whole lot of anti-male stuff. And we've been hearing it for the last 20 years. And, like Jacoby Myers, it's about time to just put a lid on that, all that male bashing. Because, look, these women that's not going to get out there, get in the tank, bust a gat. And I'm not saying there ain't no military women, but I'm talking about Commonwealth folk. They want to look pretty, spend money on bullshit, don't save nothing. It is what it is. With all them crocodile tears, and, what the hell are you crying for? Like, even with Kamala knew she lost. She didn't want to come out there and say nothing because she had to get herself together and shit. Now, if you can't do that, you commander-in-chief, and some war shit pop off, how you gonna react? You gonna be in your feelings? They ain't time for you to be in your feelings. We seen that movie with Denzel Washington and old boy. They was trying to set the nuclear codes off in that submarine, and he had to tell dude, no, bro, I had to relieve you of duty. All this crying and shit. They got tired to be crying. Like, it was the same better of both evils. And America has spoken. What's up, Jerry? Welcome to the show. Women was waking up to their bed, giving their bed attitude and flack. Like, come on. Like, man, come on, right? If you caught up in your feelings like that, you don't need to be commander-in-chief. Kamala had a track record. Yeah, Trump had a track record too. Hands down. Hands down. But he didn't hide that shit. Kamala was definitely blowing top to get to the top. I just hit the east side of the LBC. I'm like, ain't we killed enough? Ain't we deleted enough babies? And then they said, okay, well, we want the right to choose, right? But then when that process mess you up, it could have been some preventative measures. You feel me? Hopefully we can clean up our own backyard. Right? Hopefully we don't have to go and assist Israel in WW Trey. And to be real, I'd rather have the gangster than her in wartime. Because at least he won't be afraid to turn both keys. So, it's a wrap now. Woke up the next day. A lot of women was angry. Get over it. I'm like, what you crying for? All that crying ain't gonna do nothing productive. Now, like I said, on both sides, there's some things that I might agree with and disagree with. If you want to flip the my body, my choice, I think it should be equal on both ends. If y'all talking about you want to have the right to do whatever you want to do, I feel you. But then the flip side of this is that, especially when it comes to these children, that paternity tests need to be mandatory. Kamala Harris did not even speak on nothing about reparations. But to black women, you want to just go out there and like, oh, and she ain't black, she Indian. She going back to being Indian. She going back to being Indian. She ain't gonna talk to her black friends about 2 weeks. Stephen A. Smith made a great point. He said Michelle, and I even said this, Michelle Obama could have did a way better job than Kamala. And I've been said that. Now the jig is up. And we just gonna see what's gonna happen in the next 4 years, right? And it makes you wonder though, like now he's gonna be in office. Who was trying to prevent him from getting in office? Like really though, who was the Manchurian candidate that turned him on? Like, pause. Made him active. Feel me? I had concerns. Like, okay, what are you gonna get me in my best interest for my vote? Black people, we've been screaming that for eons. That's the premise of the civil rights movement. Kamala didn't even put on the table uh, anti-hate bill against blacks. Everybody else got one. See, that's why you gotta understand the elephant in the room is you. I was checking out a YouTuber, AC. He kept it real. When Obama came out and he tried to chastise black men, I think he messed up at it. Because when you did that, Obama, you handicapped our intelligence of making a conscious best decision on policy versus popularity. You trying to insult your intelligence, and you should never do that, especially with black men. Black men are saying, "Oh, all right, fuck it then. All right, no problem," because we already know that we gonna wake up and have to go to work. And it's going to be the same as it ever was. We done been through an American attack, a 9/11. We done been through a pandemic. We're going to pick up the pieces and rebuild. But my concern is, who's next? Are there going to be some changes in policy about you being a certain age? And I never understood that, like, how like people for the House of Representatives and the Senate, they can sit there like a damn near lifetime. Like, do you have to be a certain age? And it needs to be recycled in and out. Because when we see Biden was making his little oopsies. He was rehearsing. But some shit must have popped off that they was like, this ain't gonna work. And I think that was that debate. Now, like I said, I ain't gonna sit up here and put my pom-poms up and yay, Trump. And this country could go to shit at every given time. I'm just saying, we want to be paid fairly. We've seen the. All right, let's get on Kamala. Kamala was called her, what do they call her, the border queen or something like that, right? I live in LA. And if I wanted to bust some immigrants, I'll swear to Alvarado Park like it ain't nothing. But for some reason, when it comes to like immigration, I think both parties is in on it. Yeah, I think American side let people in, make money off them, put them in areas where they can compete with a demographic they want to get rid of. Like the Irish, I remember the Irish? The Irish was all the firefighters and stuff like that, you know, turned police to deal with the African American. You know, when they was giving out them EBT cards, and they giving out $14,000 in food stamps and $5,000 a month. Do you know that $5,000 a month? That's the average person. Let's do the math. That's the average person's wage. That ain't even the average person wage. That's above an average person wage. You probably making $70,000 a year. So a person that works let's say a $15, $18 job, right? The person that's the migrant that's getting the food stamps and the government assistance makes more than them and live more comfortable. And I used to kick back and I used to think like, damn, who paying for that shit? I would say black people paying for it. Poor black people paying for it. But it's the poor that's paying for it. So if you poor, black, or whatever, You're the ones that's paying for it, if you working. It's something that Trump said though. He said people mad at me because they don't know the game.